incredibly excited, but I have to admit also sometimes daunted by the huge challenges that are out there. I take comfort in the fact that we do have a strong strategy. We do have brilliant people. Clarity of strategy, clarity of intent, and prioritizing to be able to achieve the outcomes we need to achieve. When we focus as a company, we are unstoppable. I think secondly, it's about continuing to be bold, continuing to be innovative, continuing to challenge the paradigms that are out there. And thirdly, in my mind, it's performance, performance, performance. It's performance in terms of keeping our people safe. It's performance in terms of how we drive value in the organization every single day. We will earn our right to be able to grow through the energy transition by the performance we put in. Come in as if you've never been in the company, which is tough for somebody who's been in the company for 25 years. But I think the advice there is open your mind as to what's possible and don't be defined by what's available. Secondly, be connected to the people of the organization. A company is not about the leadership of the company. A company is about the heart and soul of the company, and that's in our case, the 80,000 people who make Shell what it is today. And so how I stay connected day in and day out is, I suspect, one of the biggest things that I need to heed as good advice. Absolutely. It won't come without challenges. That I recognize. But the opportunity to be able to rewire the entire energy system towards lower carbon under our watch, what a fantastic opportunity. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else other than in this sector and specifically in this company at this point in time.